There are nearly 200,000 people reported missing every year. The vast majority of these people are never found, and some are even presumed dead. However, today we're going to cover 5 people who you may be able to help bring home, as their stories are very recent. If you have any information regarding any of these individuals, we urge you to stick around until the end of the video, so that you can find the appropriate group to contact. Number 5. Charity Ayeraban. Charity was a Nigerian businesswoman, a mother, and a wife. She was held in very high regards by her close friends and family. But on May 10, 2016, Charity mysteriously went missing without a trace, never to be seen again. Charity was the co-founder of a successful business which she ran with her husband. The business, named Chavid, had been doing quite well in recent years, so much so that they had recently hired a few interns to take on a portion of the workload. Though she and her husband were still business partners, it's important to note that they had actually been separated for 15 years prior to her disappearance. Aside from her business life, Charity was heavily involved in a few Facebook groups, where she had made quite the name for herself. The most notable group was one named FIN, which stands for Females in Nigeria. She was so comfortable in this group that she had actually begun to reveal fairly personal information in some of her posts. In her post, she mentioned that her husband had previously tried to kill her on multiple occasions, stating that he had been arrested a few of those times and even mentioned feeling as though she had been cursed by black magic. In response to this, the group of over 40,000 members joined to provide her support and reassurance, though it's believed that these posts may have eventually led to her disappearance. Charity's final post was made on the 11th of May, which simply said, "going on a road trip." Authorities had been notified about possible threats being made towards her in the days leading up to her disappearance. Her friends mentioned that these threats caused her to feel unsafe in her home, as she had recently installed CCTV cameras around the perimeter of her house. It was only days after this installation that she went missing. Upon Charity's disappearance, authorities entered her home to find no indication of the previously mentioned road trip. No packed bags, no traveling essentials, absolutely nothing. In addition to this, she had even left her dinner cooking on the stove. Investigators later retrieved the call log from her cell phone, which showed that she had made her final call on May 9th, but no evidence could link this call to her disappearance. Charity's husband was naturally the main suspect of the disappearance. However, there was no evidence to tie him to the crime. To this day, she still remains missing. Number 4. Cory McKeague. Cory McKeague was a Royal Air Force gunman who vanished in late 2016, leaving virtually no evidence behind. McKeague was born in Perth, where his single mother raised he and his 2 brothers. He joined the Royal Air Force in 2013 and was eventually promoted to a senior aircraftman as well as a medic. On September 23, 2016, Cory had been out drinking with a few of his friends. He had driven himself to the bar with the intention of leaving his car outside overnight, presumably planning on taking a cab or walking home. He separated from his friends shortly after midnight, after the bartender asked him to leave as he was too drunk. The bartender later stated that he had spoken with Cory outside prior to his disappearance, and recalled that he was no trouble whatsoever, he simply wanted him to leave before he drank too much. Cory then visited a takeout restaurant just down the road, after which he was last seen on a CCTV camera around 3:25 a.m. Cory was last seen walking around a group of dumpsters, but he was never seen after this. On the morning of his disappearance, Cory's phone was found 12 miles away from where he had gone missing. After police looked into the phone's GPS data, they concluded that the phone had traveled the distance in just 28 minutes, indicating that it was transported by car, not on foot. This led investigators to believe that someone had given Cory a lift to the other side of town. However, there was no CCTV footage to support this theory. Police later thought that Cory may have fallen into one of the dumpsters, then fallen asleep and never emerged. However, it was noted that all of the dumpsters in the area contained a weight of about 33 pounds, and Cory weighed an approximate 200 pounds, so this was unlikely. However, there is a bit of discrepancy that one of the bins may have contained a significant amount of weight, though this can't be confirmed. Following this, Cory's case essentially went cold, though in late 2016, Cory's mother raised $50,000 for a fund to hire a private investigator to look into his disappearance, though this has not turned up any significant evidence. Cory remains missing to this day. Number 3. Yingying Zhang. On June 9, 2017, 26-year-old Yingying Zhang, a Chinese exchange student, went missing from her college campus in Illinois. Yingying Zhang was from a small town in Nanping. In her earlier life, she performed in a band and expressed her goals of becoming a professor in China. though she later transferred her education to the United States to study photosynthesis and crop production for a year, beginning in April of 2017. On June 9th, Zhang had been traveling by bus to search for an off-campus apartment that she planned on renting. She was running a bit late for her meeting with the realtor, as indicated by a text message conversation the two had. She planned to arrive at the apartment complex at approximately 2:10 p.m., but she missed her bus. She was then seen on CCTV getting into a car with someone at approximately 2:03 p.m. Her realtor attempted to contact her at 2:28 p.m. but received no response. This was the last time anyone saw her alive. The FBI soon arrested a man by the name of Brent Christensen, who they believe may have kidnapped Zhang. Christensen had previously been a student at Zhang's campus, but it remains unclear why the FBI believes he may be involved. Brent has no prior criminal record, and there doesn't appear to be any public evidence connecting him to the crime. Following this, Zhang's family traveled to America to assist in the rescue of their daughter, though no significant information regarding her disappearance has ever turned up. There's currently a $50,000 reward for anyone providing information that may lead to her being found. Number 2. Luis Macedo. Luis Macedo is a 29-year-old male who is wanted by the FBI regarding his involvement with the murder of a 15-year-old boy. Luis is the member of the Latin Kings Hispanic street gang. The gang is largely located in Chicago, Illinois, with its roots tracing back to 1954. The gang is largely known for its involvement in drug trafficking, weapon trafficking, murder, multiple assaults, robbery, and vehicle theft, just to name a few. The gang has a code of conduct and respect which must be strictly followed. Failure to comply could result in various forms of punishment. There are two different sections of the punishment: non-corporal and corporal. Non-corporal punishments include probation, fines, being stripped of your rank, suspensions, and community service. However, corporal punishments include being beaten for 3 full minutes, being beaten for 5 full minutes, or being killed on sight. Means of punishment are left entirely up to the, quote, kings and queens of the group. On May 1st, 2009, Luis Macedo was seen with a 15-year-old boy by the name of Alex Arellano. Apparently, Alex failed to show Luis a gang sign, indicating who he was affiliated with. Luis took this as a form of aggression or disrespect, after which he proceeded to beat him, shoot him, and then set him on fire, leaving him in the road to die. Luis disappeared a short time after this and is currently on the FBI's most wanted list with a reward of $100,000 for anyone with information leading to his arrest. Number 1. Asha Cramer. Asha Cramer is a 26-year-old Australian woman. Following a mental breakdown, Asha was committed to a psychological facility. She was treated in the facility and deemed well by a psychiatrist, after which she was released. The same day, while Asha was out having breakfast with her boyfriend and a close friend, she told the two that she needed to use the restroom. She left the table but was never seen again. Cramer was last seen in a Rollerville cafe around 9:30 a.m. Asha's friend said that she needed to use the restroom, then stood up and left. Asha then immediately said she needed to go as well and proceeded to follow the friend. However, Asha's friend said she never knew Asha was behind her and says she never entered the bathroom. Investigators believe that Asha simply left the restaurant and wandered off. She left the restaurant barefoot, wearing black skinny jeans and a gray hoodie. She left without taking any money, credit cards, or any means of identification. She may have also left her cell phone behind, but no one is sure of this. Following her disappearance, her hoodie was found on a nearby roadside. There have been multiple reports of Cramer being seen by locals. Supposedly, she returned home after her disappearance to take her German Shepherd. Also, a worker at another local diner reported seeing her walk by around 3 p.m. on that same day. Her family is still looking for her, and no significant leads have been found since February of 2016, though her family continues to raise money to search for her. If you or anyone you know has any information regarding the whereabouts of anyone mentioned in today's video, we urge you to contact the appropriate number that you see on screen. Any information, no matter how small, could be greatly beneficial. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep updated with all of our videos.